Heart Room friends. We're reading Little House in the Big Woods, and we are on page 79 if you want to follow along. Santa Claus had not given them anything at all. Santa Claus did not give grown-up people presents, but that was not because they had not been good. Pa and Ma were very good. It was because they were grown-up, and grown-up people must give each other presents. Then all of the presents must be laid away for a little while. Peter went out with Pa and Uncle Peter to do the chores, and Alice and Ella helped Aunt Eliza make the beds, and Laura and Mary set the table while Ma got breakfast. For breakfast there were pancakes, and Ma made a pancake man for each one of the children. Ma called each one in turn to bring her plate, and each could stand by the stove and watch while, with the spoonful of batter, Ma put arms and legs and a head on the pancake. It was exciting to watch her turn the whole little man over quickly and carefully on a hot griddle. When it was done, she put it smoking hot onto the plate. Peter ate the head off of his man right away. But Alice and Ella and Mary and Laura ate theirs slowly in little bits. First the arms and the legs, and then the middle, saving the head for last. Today the weather was so cold that they could not play outdoors, but there were the new mittens to admire and the candy to lick, and they all sat on the floor together and looked at the pictures in the Bible, and the pictures of all kinds of animals and birds in Pa's big green book. Laura kept Charlotte in her arms the whole time. Then there was the Christmas dinner. Alice and Ella and Peter and Mary and Laura did not say a word at the table, for they knew that children should be seen and not heard, but they did not need to ask for second helpings. Ma and Aunt Eliza kept their plates full and let them eat all the good things they could hold. Christmas comes but once a year, said Aunt Eliza. Dinner was early because Aunt Eliza, Uncle Peter, and the cousins had such a long way to go. Best the horses can do, Uncle Peter said. We'll hardly make it home before dark. So as soon as they had eaten their dinner, Uncle Peter and Pa went to put the horses to the sled, while Ma and Aunt Eliza wrapped up the cousins. So the cousins are already heading home. You can see how thick their coats are. They pulled heavy woolen stockings over the woolen stockings and the shoes they were already wearing. They put on mittens and coats and warm hoods and shawls around their shoulders, and they wrapped mufflers around their necks and thick woolen veils over their faces. That's how cold it is. Ma slipped piping hot baked potatoes into their pockets to keep their fingers warm. Have you ever put a baked potato in your pocket to keep your fingers warm? Well, Ma's doing that. And I want you to think when you are listening to the story about the interview we watched online with the older lady, how she was talking about her school, what she ate at lunch in the wintertime at school. Ma slipped piping hot baked potatoes into their pockets to keep their fingers warm, and Aunt Eliza's flat irons were hot on the stove, ready to put at their feet in the sled. The blankets and the quilts and the buffalo robes were warmed too. So they all got into the big bobsled, cozy and warm, and Pa tucked the last robe well in around them. Goodbye, goodbye, they called, and off they went, the horses trotting gaily and the sleigh bells ringing. In just a little while the merry sound of the bells was gone, and Christmas was over. But what a happy Christmas it had been. So that's all for today. We'll read more tomorrow.